I'm good. How are you?
Good, good, good. Same
And yes,
place as last week. That's surprising.
nice background.
Yeah, it's a Miro.
I see. Look at that. And with the COVID and everything, you feel good
I feel
yesterday?
better, yeah, but I still haven't been tested. There's still no tests, and there's no antibody tests. It's all a mess.
Oh,
Yeah.
but you look good, so
Thank you, thank you. And
that's reassuring.
are you gonna be set free soon?
Well, they say May the 11th.
Yeah,
Let's see.
May 11th. Wow. Here they say end of April, and then they say mid-May, and then they say end of May, and then it just
Yes.
keeps.
Yeah, that's how it goes here as well. So we're all expecting, hopefully not, but another 2 weeks afterwards. So,
Yeah,
but, I
yeah,
mean, if needed, of course, I will buy.
yeah. Hmm.
Hi,
Hi,
can
how
you
are
hear me?
you? Yeah, I can
Yeah,
hear you. Yeah.
nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to see you. How's it going?
It's uncertain, but
Where are you
fine.
now?
I'm in Cologne.
Cologne. And
At
how's did Germany deal well with it supposedly with the COVID, and now everybody's free, or not yet?
Not yet, no. All the institutions are closed still, schools are closed down, and now they try to step by step make it public again, and with a lot of restrictions. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. So when are you going to be set free?
Maybe in May. We hope May.
Do you have a date?
No, I mean,
No.
schools are starting 4th of May, but still for the cultural institutions, it's like a question mark and people don't make any decisions. So we're in the waiting position, and yeah, it's kind of tiring, but we can make that. So.
Yeah, the surprise. It's all a big surprise. Hi. Hi, Julia.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good, and you?
Very good, very good. Where are you?
I'm calling from South Africa.
South Africa. How's it in South Africa?
Yeah.
Are you?
Well, we are still trying to figure out the situation. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. I can hear you. We can hear you. Are you going to be? How long are you going to be in quarantine for?
Until the end of the month, but we'll see. Because the numbers are really low now, but they still, they have to figure out the situation in the township. Because I mean, the quarantine, it's impossible there, so they are still trying to understand the development in those areas. Yeah.
And also, I imagine the medical situation isn't so great in the townships.
And by the way,
yeah,
you recognize my accent.
Yeah. And how's everybody else doing? Sorry.
Can you hear me? I think the connection is not really good.
Yeah, we can't hear you very well. So we'll be. Hi, who's that?
Pietro.
Hi, Pietro. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Are you all over on the west side of LA somewhere?
I actually moved downtown.
Oh wow! So you're close.
So I'm closer now. Yes,
we have to have dinner when we're liberated.
Whenever it's possible. Yeah.
Yeah. That would be amazing. Just waiting for some more friends to join.
Hola Marcos.
Hi.
Hola. Riscas, ¿cómo ça va?
Ça va, merci.
Tu te débrouilles?
Ouais.
How's Oaxaca? How's the lockdown in Oaxaca?
Well, I don't know. I live in a little village, so it's sort of weird. I can't really figure out what's going on in the outside world.
Well, that's probably a good place to be.
Yeah.
I think anybody who's living in the countryside or a village right now is at an advantage, which is kind of interesting way of, the cities have kind of more stigma now, which is interesting because for 100 years, the countryside's kind of had the stigma of, being disconnected and
right.
So we're just it's so great that you could all join, and I'm really happy that you've managed to join. Hi Fred, comment ça va?
Ça va? Avec Rose.
It would be wonderful if we could all be in the same room, but maybe one day soon. Hi Jacinta and Jason, how are you? How's New York doing?
New York's okay. We're just hanging tight, staying inside.
Has it peaked supposedly, or is it still kind of?
It seems to be leveling out from what I read today. Yeah, but it's still like a lot going on, and New Jersey's not looking happy right now. So,
right. Yeah. Didn't the cases grow yesterday or something? They were going down and then they grew again or something.
I think in New Jersey, yeah. I don't know about here. I don't read too much. Yeah.
Probably wise. Is anybody else, like David is just joining from Italy. Is there anybody else?
I'm just joining from Joburg.
Right.
Hi, Marcus.
Hi.
Hey, Marcus.
Hey, how's everybody?
Hey, Marcus.
Hi, nice to see you.
Hey, nice to see you.
I was on a Zoom the other day, and somebody suggested kind of like waving to the box next door to you, like saying hi, how are you? And, hi, how are you?
I know.
Was that Preem?
Oh, like that.
Yeah, like so we're all kind of connected, or we could kind of reach our hands up, or
That's funny.
So I'll just a few more friends joining, but I'll just begin by mentioning that this background. Is Martina here in Barcelona? I don't know if she's here.
Marcus.
Martina? Ah, Alberta. Ciao.
Hello.
How's Venice doing? How's Venice? Is Venice okay?
Yes. I think it's okay. What about you?
We are here, and it's going on and on and on. But it's sometimes it feels like a holiday, and other times it feels like a bad nightmare. But I'm sure that happens
like that,
too.
exactly.
You kind of go through these waves of like, wow, this is wonderful, and then you go through this kind of crazy, like this can't be happening moment. Anyway, so to kind of begin to get started, I'll just keep the space open while people join for another 3 or 4 minutes. And I just wanted to mention that Martina Milla, who works at the Miro Foundation, when she saw that my theme this week was about shoes, she sent me this background image of a painting by Joan Miró, and he painted that in 1936. And you can probably see. Let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna lock my screen. Let's see. How did I lock my screen last time? Whoops. Here we go. I think. Okay. Here we go. Okay. So yeah, so this is the painting by Joan Miró, and you can see a shoe here. When he painted this, it was 1936, and Spain had just sunk into civil war, and he didn't actually have any room to paint. You know, you think of Miró with these huge paintings and this kind of easy, happy style that he developed, but in this particular case, he was in Paris with his wife and daughter, and he didn't have anywhere to paint, but he managed to produce this painting. And there's an old shoe here, and it's called Still Life with Old Shoe. So you can see, you know, there's also a fork and a piece of bread, and so there's another piece of bread up here, I think, and luckily a bottle of wine to make the situation a bit better. So I just wanted you to see that was going on, and so even at the worst of times, people like Joan Miró kept creating, and I think this is what this series of sessions is a little bit about creating in our minds, as we're all basically a kind of distributed network of artists or creators together. So I think I'm gonna close the meeting in a moment, lock the meeting more, close it. And I'm also going to put everybody on mute. I like the music in the background, though. So I also wanted to say that Elisa Minyukova, I'm not sure if she's here. She said she'd be here. Oh yeah, there you go. Elisa Minyakova. Actually, I'm going to unmute just quickly. Elisa, you sent a very touching feedback from last session where you made a beautiful drawing of your grandmother. And
Yeah.
it was quite an interesting story behind that too, that you shared that with somebody who turned out to be an expert on grandparents in Russia.
Traumatized Russian grandparents.
Mm-hmm.
Going back 3 generations, yeah. Yeah, it was a bizarre story. I mean, everything's a bizarre story these days, but oh, thank you.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Would you like to explain just quickly how that worked and what was going on?
Well, yes, you were, you know, what's the right word? You know, like guiding us with the arms to stretch the arms forward. And I have a hard time. I was having a hard time placing my hands on anybody's face. Everything that was coming to mind felt either forced or like a go-to kind of face. But I, as you said, keep stretching out beyond the windows and out. And so somewhere in outer space, I managed to find my first grandmother on the Jewish side of my family. And she's a kind of a questionable woman. And I thought, no, I don't really want to deal with that right now. And she somehow shape-shifted into my long dead grandmother, who would have been like about 115 years old now. And somebody I remember from deep, deep childhood as this sort of angel figure. And I've thought of her face, but I hadn't actually thought of the physicality of this person in so long. And I used to sleep next to her as a small child. And all of a sudden I was able to really feel her essence and her presence, I want to say. And it was like touching an angel for a minute. And I felt like there was something very iconic about having her sort of watching over me at that moment. Yes, and then a friend of mine who happened to see the post sent it to his Russian writer friend who's writing a book on ancestry and the trauma of Russian women. And this particular grandmother had lived through so much I mean, it's just unbelievable, like gulags and all of that. So I thought maybe the situation we're in could be a lot worse. And so thank you for that. That was mystical and beautiful.
Well, it's a beautiful story. And I just wanted to say that a large part of what we're doing is about your stories and what you go through and what you experience. And I'm just a kind of a trigger to begin to help reconnect these things. So I think, having said that, I think what we'll do is we'll just begin. So whenever you're ready now, just close your eyes and find a comfortable place. And if you're wearing glasses, maybe it's nice to take them off just to feel more comfortable. Hi, Daniela. And so we'll just start off with a body relaxation. And so whenever you're ready, I'd like you just to relax your body, starting with your head, and take a deep breath. And just let go of all the thoughts and feelings of the day and of the week. And just take a moment just to focus on the inside. And as you're listening to the sound of my voice, I'd like you to feel and sense yourself just becoming more and more relaxed now. And I'd like you to feel and sense this feeling of relaxation just coming down through the top of your head and down around your eyes and inside your eyes and all the way through your optic nerves into the back of your mind. And just let go of any thoughts or feelings from today or yesterday or the day before or the week before or the month before, and just allow yourself now to be in the present. And I'd like you to feel that sense of relaxation just coming down through your face, through your cheek muscles and your jaw muscles, relaxing your jaw muscles now. And your mouth, your tongue feeling very heavy and very relaxed, and your throat feeling very heavy and very relaxed now, very heavy and very relaxed. And I'd like you to feel that sense of relaxation now just coming down over your shoulders and down over your arms and down through your biceps and triceps and down to your elbows and your forearms and down to your wrists as they're resting there very comfortable and very relaxed. And all the way down to your hands and each and every one of your fingers and thumbs feeling very heavy and very relaxed, almost as if they were made of stone or metal or some very heavy material, stone or metal, very heavy material. And with every breath now, I'd like you to feel and sense that feeling of relaxation just going down your back, down your spine, all the way down your spine, one vertebra at a time. And relaxing every nerve and muscle and fiber into your back. And I'd like that feeling of heavy relaxation just to go down over your chest and down into your lungs, breathing easily, breathing so easily. And all the way down into your internal organs, your heart, your gut, your liver, and all the way down into your hips now, just feeling very comfortable and very relaxed. Perhaps you haven't felt this relaxed for a long time now. And I'd like you to feel and sense this relaxation just traveling down your legs and your thighs and the backs of your thighs and your knees and the backs of your knees. And all the way down to your calf muscles and shins, and down all the way down to your feet as they're resting there very comfortably and very relaxed. And in a few moments, I'd like you to imagine yourself at the top of a set of stairs. They're going to be 10 steps, and then we're going to count down from 10 to 1. And with every number, we're going to just go down one step at a time. And these steps are special steps, steps that you've never seen before. Each step has a different texture and a different color. Perhaps one step is smooth, and another step has a different texture on it, perhaps a rougher texture, and so on and so forth. And I'd like you just to feel and sense the steps below you, and I'm going to count down from 10 to 1. And with every number, we're just going to go down one step at a time to a very safe and very comfortable place on the inside. 10, taking the first step down now, and just feeling your bare feet on the first step, the color, the texture. And I'd like you now just to feel and sense how your feet are so sensitive to the texture underfoot, and how that texture is being transmitted upwards through your body, all the way into your mind. 9, dreaming and drifting downwards now and feeling and sensing another texture. This texture is different from the last texture. 8, with another step and another texture, you're feeling time slowing down more and more to your own speed. It's amazing to feel and sense how you can move time and time moves through you. And you can change the speed of time whenever you wish. 7, dreaming and drifting downwards now, another step, another texture and color. 6, another step down now. 5, with each step, your feet are becoming more and more attuned. More and more attuned, almost as if they were reading Braille. Reading the messages in the steps. 4, going further and further down now. 3, 2, and 1 now. All the way down now, all the way down. And I wonder if you've ever imagined your feet are like the hands of your legs. Your feet are the hands of your legs. And I'd like you to feel and sense yourself just putting on some velvet gloves over your feet. The soft material gently enveloping your feet and your toes, your big toe and your other toes. Feeling so incredibly safe and so incredibly comfortable. And as your feet are incredibly comfortable and safe, I'd like you to feel and sense yourself in front of the Miro painting with the old boot, the old shoe. And it's almost as if you were just Miro in the middle of painting that painting. Perhaps there's an old shoe on a table. And gradually, I'd like you to feel and sense how the painting becomes more and more liquid and the colors just begin to flow into your body now. And instead of blood flowing through your body, you just have the colors of the painting flowing through your body, all the different colors, just flowing all the way through your body, pumped by your heart and going through your body now. And as you're dreaming and drifting and considering the painting and your feet are safe in their gloves, we're just going to go back in time now. We're just going to go all the way back to your first pair of shoes. 10, dreaming and drifting backwards now. 9, allowing time to go back a day, a week, a month, a year, maybe 2 years, 3, 4 years, maybe a decade. 9, 8, 7, allowing time to go backwards more and more now. 6, just allowing yourself to feel younger and younger, your body getting smaller and smaller now. 5, further and further back in time now. 4, 3, almost all the way back. Perhaps you're just 1 or 2 years old now. 1 or 2 years old now. 2, going further and further back now, feeling your body to be so tiny, so small now. And 1 now, all the way down now, all the way down. And perhaps you're lying on your back now, looking at these limbs, these things around you that have these little fingers on the end of them, on the end of your arms and on the end of your feet. And I'd like you now just to feel and sense how somebody, perhaps your mother or father or other family member, is just beginning to put these strange things on the end of your legs. And I'd like you now to focus on the color of these shoes, the texture, the material they're made from, and any other qualities that strike you. So strange to have your feet enclosed in these things. And it feels as somebody's picking you up and putting you on your feet now. It feels so strange to walk in these things. And being held up under your armpits, perhaps you can make a first step or two, and everybody's just enjoying the scene, feeling very happy with these first steps. Perhaps you can feel the texture of the room, of the floor underneath your feet. And feeling your huge head as it moves around and trying to find your balance now, just one step after another step, after another step. And it's amazing to feel and sense how all these steps, one after another, have allowed you to arrive where you are now. And in a few moments, I'm going to count down from 3 to 1. And when I reach 1, we're just going to go forwards in time just a little bit. To the first time you tied your shoelace. Perhaps you were 5 or 6 or 7 or 4. 3, getting ready now just to allow yourself just to go back to that moment now. 2, allowing yourself now just to fully immerse yourself in that moment. And 1, with a total recall of that moment now, just allowing yourself to be there now. And somebody, perhaps a family member, is just kindly showing you how to tie that first shoelace. The strings connected to the shoe, and just this feeling and sensation of beginning to understand how a shoelace is tied together. And as you're dreaming and drifting, you begin to realize that now you can tie your shoelace just automatically, and it's amazing to feel and sense how there's so much body knowledge. So much body knowledge and so much memory inside your body. Memories of places and spaces, and memories of systems and rituals that take us from one day to the next. And as we're dreaming and drifting in this space of mind, I'd like you to begin to imagine yourself as a fully grown adult in a space of your own, perhaps your home, perhaps a space that you're very familiar with now, a space that you've been in for a long time, a long number of days. But unexpectedly, in the middle of the room, there are these shoes that you've never seen before. They have a different shape and a different texture, perhaps a different size. Perhaps almost a different taste or smell. Everything about them is so different. The material, the quality, perhaps they have movement, or perhaps they're very still, perhaps they're very heavy, or perhaps they're incredibly light. And I'm going to count down from 3 to 1, and when I reach 1, I would like you just to place your feet easily inside these unexpected shoes. 3, getting ready now just to feel and sense your feet sliding into the shoes now. 2, allowing yourself now just to enjoy how your feet are moving into these shoes. And 1, being in these shoes now and realizing that with these new shoes, unexpected places and spaces of mind can begin to be accessible to you, one step after another step, and on, wherever you may go. And in a few moments, I'm going to count down, I'm going to count up from 1 to 10. And when I reach 10, we'll be wide awake and back in the space as if waking from a long, long dream, very refreshed. 1, slowly coming back in your own time now. 2, just allowing time to speed back up to its normal pace. 3, just allowing yourself to remember everything you choose to remember. 4, just letting go of those gloves around your feet now, just allowing your feet to become themselves again now. 5, 6, almost all the way back now. 7, 8, 9, and 10, wide awake, wide awake. How's everybody feeling?
Wow. Good. Thank you. Thanks. Oops.
Thank you. Gracias.
Thank you.
A vosotros. It's so
That was
wonderful.
great.
Gracias.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well,
Gracias,
thank you.
Marcos.
Well,
Grazie, Marcos.
grazie. Hope to see you next week.
Grazie.
Thank you, Marcos.
Grazie.
Thank you, Marcos.
A dopo.
Thanks. See you next week.
Thank you so much.
Ciao.
Thank
Ciao,
you
ciao.
very much.
Thank you much.
Okay, goodbye then.
Ciao.
Bye.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Be safe.